gives you an idea of what it looks like in the actual room.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. So and there you can see the floor. That was all under about a foot of water at one point.
Oh, wow.
That's right inside the door to come in the room. The door is right on your left.
There's a lot of hidden track.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple hidden staging yards in there also. And then, like I said, there's a couple tracks that go out into the next room and go into the hallway and into a glass case.
Do you, Bill, Greg, do you know what happened to Bill's layout?
Still standing.
Huh?
It's still standing.
It is still standing.
It's still there. Bill passed away a number of years ago, and his widow, Judy, was open for leaving the layout up because she wanted the grandkids to be able to come and see it, for the time being. And she wants the railroad to go somewhere. She's willing to give it away.
But it is, Doug is an incredible modeler. He's just
he did a lot of work on that. The photographs, I went out there, I don't know, a number of years ago, because Bill was all hot to trot. He wanted to get a bunch of photos or get a photo printed on the NMRA calendar. Okay. So I went out there, and Bill and I and Doug spent a day photographing that layout. And I have been back several times since Bill is gone because they wanted this thing photo documented real good. So I have, I don't know, 700 or 800 photos of that layout. National Model Railroad Association for their calendar.
Look at that.
So, and I turned in 4 shots that I submitted last year. Mike Engler recommended I do it. So, but like I said, that's kind of a good old boys club, and I didn't think I'd place, and of course I didn't. So.
No, you have to know people. Unfortunately,
you do.
Like a lot of organizations, it gets cliquey.
Yeah. Well, there's one year.
That's nice. Look at that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I took that. Doug just kind of picked the angles and what he wanted in the pictures, and then I took them. So that backdrop is painted on.
The rock is realistic.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Just like Gene Hickey, his layout was like that too.
Better not say it's not realistic because it's real rock.
Yeah, that's right. There's that. I think that's the one you showed. Same picture.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah. Something like that. The photos I was real happy with. So.
Yeah. Oh, they're beautiful. Beautiful.
I don't think I ever saw this.
What's that?
I don't think I ever saw it.
The railroad?
It was in Minnetonka, was it, you said?
Yeah. Yep. He's on St. Albans Bay. So he was the owner of Anderson Cadillac, if you're familiar with that place.
Sure, yeah.
On 394. So, and he was just such a nice guy. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw any of that video that John Hill just uploaded of my hobby store. He's in some of them running around in a tuxedo. He came to the grand opening party and he wore a tuxedo and brought a case of champagne.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Neat.
Absolutely.
That's pretty amazing railroad.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right about the real rock. Yeah, I remember taking that picture for sure.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Doug kind of decided what he wanted, and then I just did kind of the technical end of things. It was kind of neat because as we took the pictures, we'd run in the other room and look at them on Bill's laptop and have a look at them and see how they looked. And we'd come out, we'd adjust the lighting and the exposures and all that kind of stuff. So
sure. So that's a great picture.
Oh, thank you.
So
yeah, this is all. It looks today just as you're seeing it right now.
Wow.
Except less the trains. He sold a lot of the trains. A lot of the brass went out to Caboose Hobbies out in Denver. He sold a lot of the brass.
Okay.
So, and I think most of the cars are gone, the freight cars and stuff like that. But the railroad itself, look at the detail. Those guys spent enormous amounts of time. And Bill did a lot of the modeling himself too. So.
Oh, he did. Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, he liked the structures and the details and stuff like that. So he was a hobbyist. So, and the other name that you'll hear thrown around is a guy named Jim Disch that used to live in Bloomington. And he was one of Doug's structures guys. Doug would give him a kit, and stuff, and Jim would take it home and build the thing and bring it back, and then Bill would pay it for him.
Okay.
Yep. He crawled around under that layout, string and wire, and stuff like that.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Bill a lot. He was a good guy.
Yeah, it's quite a railroad.
I took these with my digital SLR, before the cell phone cameras got so nice. So trying to fit that huge camera down into this spot was tight, and it's as low as I could get it. So,
but it's a great picture.
Oh, thank you.
Really a lot of those buildings are lighted.
Oh yeah,
many of them have lights in them. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, and interiors in some of them.
Traffic lights work too.
Yeah. That layout's fully signaled, as I recall, too.
Wow.
Wow. What was the track plan? You can't really tell from.
It needed a bowl of, it needed some marinara sauce to go over the bowl of spaghetti.
Oh,
Mm,
so just the trains
It was-
ran around.
It's not my cup of tea. His thing was he wanted to put a train on and display the train and let her run.
Okay,
So, but it wasn't really geared for operation or card systems or anything.
so so he didn't have a staging yard or anything.
He did actually, yes. So just for the strictly for parking trains
Oh,
somewhere,
okay.
off the railroad, but not for really staging up an op session or anything like that.
Okay.
And actually, a couple of the tracks went into the next room through a wall and into a glass showcase where he could run the trains in and out of his glass showcases in and out of the railroad.
Wow. Boy, look at that. Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. And every time I go there, you guys, I see stuff I did not see before.
oh yeah, there's so much.
And to be honest, Doug is okay with having people out there to see it. So although I don't know now, he's laying pretty low with the COVID thing too. So I don't know if that's going to happen, anymore. But he was okay, if you call him up and ask, when are you going to be out there? 9 times out of 10, he'd love to show it off. Sure, come on out. So, and we had, remember when the narrow gauge convention was here a couple of years ago?
Yes.
And we had that whole crowd. Well, it was open for that. It's been open for Thousand Lakes regions stuff recently. So, long after Bill is gone. So there I have, it's been open to the public. So. Yep.
When did Bill start this layout?
Well, boy, many years ago. I think he dates back to the mid 70s even, with a previous layout in a previous residence. I think portions of this layout have been moved a couple of times. In fact, I have some photos of Bill's layout being moved because when he built the new house, the house builders had a big, huge flat trailer, and I've got pictures of them loading the railroad on the trailer and moving it over to the new residence.
whoa.
Yeah. Just bang, there's the railroad coming out of the old house.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like there's about 6 guys,
Yeah.
maybe
I
7.
think probably weighed 300 pounds, so.
Huh.
This is the original layout in his old house.
Okay.
Yeah, there, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Better hope it doesn't rain.
Well, it's this thing, you just need a day with good weather, clear sky
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
And don't drive
Wow.
too fast.
And I think they
No.
moved that in before the house was, they had to get it between studs or somewhere they had to get access to the house is built on a little bit of a slope. So the back of the house looks down at St. Albans Bay. And they had to bring this in before the house got too far along so they could build the house around it, basically.
Wow.
And you can see the caliber of the houses too. I mean, look at that place in the background back
Yeah.
there.
Like a boat in the basement.
That's in the new basement there before the cold.
I say they
ceiling
just
went
put
in.
it in.
Right. It's just kind of
Wow.
sitting.
Yeah.
Well, as I mentioned, Greg, in my in some of my YouTube descriptions, you were the one that talked me into building the railroad with modules. And
I
that
wish
was
I'd
really-
done that.
That was really good because
I know it makes sense, but I didn't do it. My layout's going to go in a dumpster someday. So
yeah. But you you came over and helped me build them, and they went up really fast. And then
Yeah.
we had to move 4 years later because St. Thomas was expanding.
yeah,
And you had to have a permit to park in front of your house.
that's
And
right,
you
I
only
forgot
got
about
so many
that. Yeah.
permits. So, I mean, people would have to carpool to the house. I mean, it was ludicrous.
Yeah,
So we moved, across the river and the layout came down and I lined it up against the wall and the movers came over and they looked at it and they said, "What's that?" And I said, "It's a model railroad. Take it over, line it up,
yeah,
line it up the same way." And they went, "Okay," and they took it over to the basement and lined it up against the wall. And then I just started in one corner and built it all the way around. And it was up in less than a year. So
yeah. I wish I'd done that. Of course, I don't anticipate moving, but and no one, even come the day when mine has to come down, nobody's going to want my layout, so it's going to go in the trash.
that's I mean,
That's
they
what
last
loses.
long enough as it is. It's pretty remarkable when you think about some of the cars are 50 or 60 years old.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're on risers and stuff. So.
That's Ross's basement when they dropped off all of his modules lined up.
Right. Yep.
before they put the stairs back.
These are old photos. These got to be 15 years, 20 years old, maybe something like
Wow.
that.
Wow. Yeah, there's been a lot added.
Yeah.